Hey guys, Tanna here with another FFBE War of the Visions video. I think I'm like, what, 1 day or 2 days late? Kinda lost track of time, been sleeping a lot recently actually. I think I've been sleeping too much. Anyway, we got our first non-limited banner in global and they are both top tiers waifu. Thankfully, on top of being top tier waifus, they're actually both really good units as well. So before we look at her banner, I just want to highlight very quickly in the notice. Okay, the notice here. Is this the one? Oh, by the way, I realized that I did this banner thingy a while ago when I was making War of the Visions video in Japan, in JP. So basically, there's a bunch of stuff going on, like some issues and compensation, yada yada. These are actually like enough news to be a video on its own. Okay, so very importantly is right here, events campaign, new limited campaign. Okay, so right here, if you are willing, then you might just want to take a look at this, these rewards. But importantly for everyone, this $1 million special daily missions. Okay, right here. So every day starting from 1st of April, I might have missed out a couple, but today is like the 4th, maybe the 3rd. So very important to do this daily mission to get the free prisms, which is really precious. You kind of need a ton in the future or even right now. So these are highly recommended that you just clear. You know, you can get some pots here, you can get some XP cubes. Okay, I think that's what they call it. Okay, and just a quick one. Chocobo Expedition increases XP and guild double up campaign. Okay, next on. Okay, and arena, they are giving double medals, so there's no reason not to do it. You just basically need to do 5 a day. And I don't really do this free match thing, but if you are free, you can probably do it. It's actually quite a nightmare to navigate through these notices. And remember, there's like actually triple the guild medals now. So remember to change your rewards to the 3 times guild medals before your guild members actually send you the rewards. Bunch of daily login, bunch of materials right here. As I mentioned, it's kind of a nightmare to actually navigate this. Okay, I found it. April lock-in bonus. Before we look at Frederika's banner, okay, this is something to note. You will be getting a total of 50. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So total of actually not 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks. Basically 50 Frederika shards if you do the daily login. Just log in every day. On top of that, they are giving 3 rainbow orbs and also 2 rainbow rocks. All these are really precious, and you know, just log in and just collect this. Okay, so next we head over to her banner and check out her banner right here. Really fanciful animation here is only for UR. The SR just get a blank screen. I think I would probably do a couple of pulls to see how my luck here in global. The rerolls were pretty good, but I did a couple of pulls which were just you get what I mean. Okay, so if you see here, this is Shadowlynx, practically a blob of shadow, and that's it. And then this is the banner here, which are Shiva. Okay, so Frederika, Shadowlynx, and Shiva. So kind of like 3 waifus. Okay, so let's take a look at her unit details. One of the people of the forest who inhabit the vast woodlands. Okay, after using her gun prowlers, Okay. So basically, she's part of the Horn army right here. Okay, she's the goat. Is Horn a goat? I don't know. Okay, then her main job is actually a gunner. Okay, gunner. Middle guard striker class. And then she has sub-class as ninja and also ranger. Okay, it looks kind of like in Japan it's actually hunter, but obviously it's an archer, right? Okay, so anyway, so these are her stats right here, but let's take a look at her abilities, which can be found in the Japanese website. Let me just go there quickly. Okay, so let's take a look at her abilities, which can be found in the Japanese website. There were a few websites that we used when we were playing in Japan and to refer to certain things like, you know, skills and stats and whatnot. So let's take a look at her skills or abilities here. This one right here is our Ultima. She's actually... Okay, wait, let me just go here. Okay, Ultima here, she's actually rank S right here below. Actually, for some reason, S is actually below. SS, you know, like the highest. And this. Okay, you get what I mean. S plus SS, okay, so which is somehow 2 tier below Orlando, while on the other website, which is right here, okay, so this is another website called Game 8. Okay, this is another wiki. Interestingly, in this tier list, she's actually considered tier 1 along with Orlando and the rest of the top tier units. So this is why tier list should be taken with a pinch of salt, as Mr. Incredible Memes would put it. Strong is strong. Okay, I would like to highlight to you guys, while taking a look at tier list, they do not account for how free-to-play friendly they actually are. So for example, Gilgamesh is a great unit, albeit not a free-to-play friendly one, and tier lists do not actually reflect on that. So it actually be great if there's like a free-to-play tier list, but then honestly there are so many factors in this game. So for now, let's just take it simple and try to understand the strength and weaknesses of the individual units instead, and know what type of skills they have, etc. So once you understand, then you know if you want to actually have them in your team to actually work around it. Like maybe to use their buffs or use them as attacker. So it depends on what your team actually needs. So end of the day, it actually depends on what you actually need in your team more, since you already invested in quite a number of units. So let's head back to Ultima. Just for reference, in this Ultima tier list, you can see that Frederika right here is actually one rank below units like Medina and Gilgamesh that we have right now in global. But as mentioned, if you're comparing resources, you'll likely be able to max out Frederika much sooner than Gilgamesh. So sometimes you can't really use this tier list, it's just like a rough gauge of what is their capability, but this doesn't mean that you can actually reach there unless you will for it. And then also, as mentioned, there's a bunch of unreleased units in the SS rank, which is like Orlando and some unreleased characters like Venera. Okay, if you've seen her in the story, there's actually Warrior of the Light right here as well. Wow! There are actually also some units, right? Ramza here, Keaton, and Christmas Machery, which is S tier, S plus, okay, which is S plus. Interestingly, we also see a SSR unit in the S plus rank, which is Talia right here. With that, you might want to have a rough idea if you want to pull on certain banners and if certain units are a must pull. For example, Orlando, which is the SS tier unit in global, but we're still waiting for him. He's probably 1.5 months into the launch, which is, if we follow Japan, it's about there. Then on the other hand, the other website's tier list is just pull Frederika along with Orlando and top tier units together. Okay, with that said, let's head back to the banner right here. So power creeping is probably gonna be very common here in global as it is in Final Fantasy Bricks Exvius, the original game. And the problem is the resources, or rather awakening material, to actually invest in them. So as mentioned in the previous videos, even if you pull certain units, you may not be able to fully utilize them well, unless you save up for them. This is especially true for limited banners. So in the beginning, I believe you should at most work on 2 units per element, preferably prioritizing only one first, because you will not have enough materials to awaken both of them. I just checked my JP account a while ago, and after fully awakening Orlando, I still have some spare materials, but still not enough to fully awaken the second one. Of course, this is only factoring about like 2 months of gameplay in Japan, but if I have been playing, I should probably have enough for my second character by now. So in my opinion, if the limited characters are units you don't care much about, or if they are not waifu enough for you, please consider skipping them for the sake of your visuals. There are gonna be stronger units next. It's always be a next. Moving on, what we want to know from this website are her reviews. Okay, back to the website. Okay, so what we want to know from the website are her reviews, recommended job, abilities, and lastly, that's ranking. Okay, so the first thing you want to note is her attribute is actually lightning, which shares the same element as Orlando. It's gonna be a problem for me and for a lot of you who are also waiting for Orlando. But for those of you who don't care about him, it is not gonna be a problem. So personally, if I were to pull for her and actually get her, I would probably only work on her after I'm finally done with Orlando. So I actually read the skills in the 2 websites, and after checking out her skills, I feel like she's actually a great support on top of having that dope-ass long range. Okay, as a gunner, she's definitely have this super long range, which will be super strong in PvP. It depends on the map. They actually change the maps once in a while in PvP. Right now, we only have this one map, right? But in the future, they're gonna introduce a ton of different maps, some of which have like different heights and a lot of obstacle to cross. And then units like Frederika is definitely gonna shine because of this obstacle. Like melee units are just gonna go down the slope and then have to go up. By then they're probably already dead. Okay, so as a unit, she actually has a ton of skills and abilities and utilities in her. For supporting her allies, one skill actually lets her buff attack damage. Okay, let me just scroll down right here. Okay, right here, this is determining aim. Okay, this one skill actually buff her attack damage and also increase their range by 1 for 3 turns. It's gonna be huge, as in range is definitely gonna help a lot. And then in her Gunner subclass, okay, right here, as you see, advice, okay, increases critical rate of allies within the area centered on 3 turns. Okay, so basically it's gonna increase her crit rate for allies for 3 turns. Both buffs are definitely awesome to have in the team, so choose whichever is ideal in the said situation. And besides supporting her allies, she also has some really neat Gunner utilities, which is very similar to Masterio in the original Final Fantasy Tactics. For some of you who played, Masterio is actually a machinist that uses guns as his main weapon, and like him, Frederika has both arm shot, or rather arm aim, which disable the target's action, and also leg shot, or rather aim leg, which immobilize the target. This makes fans like me really happy that they try to stay true to the original Final Fantasy Tactics series. I mean, of course, not everything is closely linked, but you know, they reference none of them, which is really nice. Okay, the recommended class. Okay, let me just scroll down. Okay, as you can see, the recommended class is actually pretty close tied between original gunner job and her third sub job, which is hunter in Japan, or what we call ranger in the global. The icon is clearly more like archer in the original game, but sure, this is War of the Visions. Finally, let's take a look at her stats before moving on to the next unit. Okay, right here, this is actually her stats. In general, her stats are above average, but that's also being compared with basically all the units in the game. But what we see on the website is her agility and dexterity is actually ranked number 1, means she's the fastest unit in the game, even faster than Ziza or even the future double gunner Lucia. And like myself, she's not very lucky even comparing with the SSR or SR units. Her luck is at here, okay, 58 over 67. But these two, agility and dexterity, whew, number 1. Okay, now we're done with Frederika. Let's take a look at the next banner unit, Shadowlynx, which is a blob of shadow right here. Let's go to the website and check out her reviews. Okay, right here, the website is right here. This is for the SSR units. Okay, so Talia is rank number 1, and I believe the gap between rank number 1 and number 2 is really far. Okay, so training recommended SSR unit ranking. Okay, I'm not really sure what is this tier list for, but it feels like free units. You see Istola here, and Mont here, and then Gefgeron. These 3 are free units. I'm not really sure about Talia and Tyrael because I didn't actually see them in Japan. Okay, so physical attacker, you can see right here, Gefgeron is number 1, and Shadowlynx is number 2. Because she's Dark Element, which shares the same awakening materials such as Stern, Tiza, and future units like Gefgeron, Vinera, and also Whisper. So honestly, they are all really good picks, so invest in whoever you're actually lucky to pull. So one thing to note that is Shadowlynx is an MR unit, so even in the tier list, she's not in the top. Even in the SSR ranking, she's below Gefgeron, who happens to be a free unit we will probably be getting when Final Fantasy Tactics Collab events drops. Okay, to top it off, you will also be getting a lot of Gefgeron's shards as well, like how we are getting Ishtola shards right now, but his shards might actually be more obtainable than Ishtola, but well, that's just my memory. Okay, before we dismiss this waifu immediately, let's take a quick look at her stats and skills, okay? Okay, Shadowlynx. Okay, scroll right down. Okay, so in summary, she's one of the most mobile unit in the game with 4 move and 3 jumps, which is pretty nuts for an MR unit. The only other unit that has the same stats is actually Kiton, which is not in global yet, she's actually UR. The closest right now we have is Ziza, which has 3 move and 2 jumps, which is still quite a difference to be honest. Since her main job is ninja, she can use Shuriken right off the get-go. Okay, with Shuriken. Okay, so the recommended is actually Samurai, but the website actually recommends Ninja. Okay, Shuriken right here. So what's crazy about Shuriken, which has a whopping 5 range. That is the main reason why Stern is recommended the Ninja subclass for the insane 5 range Shuriken attack, even though it's just considered small bracket S. Interestingly, a lot of players also suggest, okay, let's mention earlier, okay, a lot of players actually suggest Samurai as a sub-job, okay, as there are a bunch of buffs that like meditation, which raises the brave of allies. There's also party buff for avoidance, okay, evasion up, and also a self buff for attack and crit in the Samurai sub-job. But as a DPS, the sub-job ninja is the way to go, as it's the only medium dark damage via the skill. Okay, Darkness Jutsu, I believe there will be a different name in global. I don't have her, so I can't really check. Which has a range of 4 as well, which is really far. So why isn't she as good as her UR counterparts? It's pretty obvious and simple, which is her stats. Okay, which is obviously not fair because their rarity is different. Just gonna scroll right through here. Okay, this is stats for Shadow. Okay, chef of Shadowlynx. So comparison, let's take Kiton and Stern, which is sort of the closest. Okay, scroll down right here. Okay, this is Kiton's attack, 251, and Stern actually has exactly 50% more attack. So if you take Shadowlynx, is 210, and then next is Kiton at 251, and finally Stern at 315. You can actually see the rest of her stats with the other two, because it's just really sad to know that because of the rarity that their stats is actually a lot different. Okay, now we understand her more. Let's move on to the vision card next, which is Shiva. Shiva right here. Okay, this is actually the Shiva card. Okay, this is gonna be a quick one as there isn't too much to talk about for vision cards except their party abilities and equip abilities for individuals. A party ability gives evasion up, which is a good defensive ability for the whole team, as if the attack miss, you take 0 damage. Simple as that. But that's preferably if the whole team is, equipped stacking evasion, of course. Her individual skill grants the unit ice resistance, okay, plus 10 here, right here, which is great against enemies Medina or Gilgamesh or whoever that uses ice attack. Personally, I like Ramu more, even though they are considered magic type vision cards, but Right here you can see that her party ability is actually evasion. So for Ramu, which will probably be coming in the next banner along with Yerma, a Wind Viking waifu. Ramu actually gives you magic up for the party ability. But yeah, there are actually two different cards. You can or cannot compare them, you know. So they're just for different units. Anyway, that's about it for the reviews. I'm not sure why this actually took me like so long to make. Maybe because of how tedious to gather all this information and compile them. Not that I'm doing a great job at it, but I tried cleaning up a little and try to explain as simple and bring out the important parts. So hopefully you guys understand better about the units after explaining. And sorry, I'm probably the last YouTube channel to be posting this as well. With that said, what's a new banner video without actual pulling? I feel like maybe I should do a couple of pulls and see how it goes. I will probably stop after 2 to 3 pulls if it's just shitty, okay? Just how it is. I really want to save these visuals, but you know, as a content creator, you ought to be doing some pulls as well, you know? It's like a sacrifice. I just want to pull, guys. Let's be honest. We just want to see some pulls. So this is pull number 1. Fingers crossed. Hopefully there's a gold book. Okay, at least reform, please. Okay, at the gate. Come on. Reform. No. Okay. So hopefully the last one is reform. Okay, 2 MRs here right off the bat. Okay, I already have this. So hopefully the rest reforms. Come on. Okay, so Sha. Okay, that's the unit. Oh, okay, nice. MR. Okay. This is actually great for Frederika because it's like a shoot. I don't know what's the damage type for shoot. Okay, shoot up for her. Next, reform. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, I gotten him, so good to skill him up. It's not looking good. Please reform. No. Okay. So wait. I think I know who it is. Ryu. Okay. Fine. It's Ryu. Fine. Okay. Not looking good at all, guys. But I gotten a couple of MRs. Okay, so I still have 23,000. Okay, we need, I think, what, 50, 60,000? But that's like 1.5 months later. So hopefully I still have enough when Orlando drop. I think I should do one more pull. So there's 2 units that I really want. I don't know why they're not appearing. Oh, this is worse. Okay, it's bronze book. So let's hope that it reforms now. If it's not, then guys, I'm gonna stop this pulling because the luck is just horrible. Just look at that, the luck. Wow. I cannot believe how bad the luck is in global. It's like in Japan the luck is like total opposite. So I don't know, maybe something wrong with global or something. But RNG is RNG. Oh, that's a lot of Liat. Oh, okay. MR. Okay. Oh. This is bad. Very, very bad. Nothing at all. One more? Oh, it's her, right? At least this is the consolation, okay? If I don't get Frederika, at least I got Shadowlynx. Well, nice. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I almost forgot. The drop rates, as usual, they are actually 2%, 2%, so actually 4% to get a UR. But as you can see that my luck isn't that good. So for MR, they're actually pretty high at 8% each. So total of 16% for MR. So Frederika is actually 8 times higher than the rest of the UR. Okay, let's scroll down. MR and Shadowlynx is 1.5 times to get her. So which is actually pretty likely you get Shadowlynx. I don't see Frederika. I kind of really want her, but the game doesn't seem to want to give her to me. Let me think. Okay, why the heck not? This is the last pull. Okay, guys, this is the last pull. I'm telling myself this is the last pull. This is insane, okay? I'm hoping that we get a lot more visuals, man. Like, otherwise, it'll be so sad. Okay, this is another silver book. Okay, this gotta be stopped, okay? Every time I have a horrible pull, I'm gonna stop at 3. I think this is what I'm gonna tell myself. Look at that. This is trash. Okay, reform! No reform. Oh, the mom. I already gotten her. Yeah, I'm gonna skip all the parts and hope for reform at the units. Oh, that's nice. Reform! Wow, the luck. No. Oh, I got a Momo. Next. Oh, okay, that's nice. I got a Duke. But, guys, this is not looking good, man. Okay, so the Duke, and then she can probably limit break once. And that's about it for today. I'm just gonna change the banner unit to Shadowlynx, a new waifu. This is what they screenshot, right? Okay, wait, let me just do it. Okay, just gonna take a quick look at her ability board. Okay, so this is her ability board right here. Bunch of stuff. So there's a dream within a dream. Okay, this is the one. 3 hit damage. Oh, okay. Okay, so to actually get that 2 chain combo, you actually need to fully awaken her at 6 star. So no easy chain for you. I was thinking like, if you get to pull her, you get an easy chain pull. But nope, you actually need to invest in her for that easy 2 chain combo for the mission. And it actually deals medium damage. Other than that, she's a great unit with her shuriken, and okay, she also has meditation. Okay, so that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and probably learned something today. Subscribe for more War of the Visions content. I actually plan a lot of videos, but are kind of slow on producing them, as you can see. But please bear with me. Like this video and comment below if you managed to get them or no. At least I managed to get Shadowlynx as a consolation. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.